Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. And, well, this is terrifying. So, Murdoch has written to us again. Now, I haven't found Murdoch's puzzles easy at all. And now he says this is a pretty difficult one. That's terrifying. But it's a fog of war, and it's always good fun to have a go at a fog of war. And the puzzle is called Method to the Madness, which is an appealing title as well. So I'm going to see how we get on. If you don't fancy having a go at it yourself, watch my solve and watch me struggle. That's probably the likely outcome. But I mean, you can see the video length already. I have no idea how long it's going to be. Do check out our Patreon as well, where we have all sorts of puzzles. We solve connections and gridogram every day and post them occasionally, and very tough crosswords, cryptic crosswords. And of course more Sudoku with the Sudoku hunts every month, and more than that, of course, Sandra and Nala's brilliant Back to the Roots Sudoku hunt this last month. So loads going on, and we strongly recommend you to join our Patreon and find out about it all. Of course, there's our apps, and they are brilliant too, and they do feature line Sudoku, domino Sudoku, and fog of war Sudoku like today, but also classic Sudoku 2, which is great. Puzzles by Sam Kappelman Lines and Nikolai, as well as ourselves, and of course the apps. The other apps include the Worms, which feature worms by the likes of Michael Lefkowitz and the great Fistamafel. Do check it all out. But be very careful with the rules to this puzzle. There is a section of the rules that I'm probably going to have to keep on my screen all the time. I can't see the rules that are above my head, but you can. But let me explain what it says, and we'll see if we can understand it. Normal Sudoku rules apply, so 1 to 9 will go in every row, every column, and indeed every 3x3 box. Something mental about starting the rules sends my brain into hiccups mode. I don't know why. Now, digits separated by an X sum to 10, digits separated by a V sum to 5. And then there are purple lines, and they are Howling Mad lines. Apparently, I speculated that Murdoch might have got his name from the A-Team, and indeed he says he did. I don't actually remember doing that. But anyway, he says, so for this puzzle, Howling Mad lines are always 3 cells. So hang on a sec, I didn't read out that a purple line is a Howling Mad line and indicates a sequence of digits where no other standard line type could go, and those standard line types are going to be defined. For this puzzle, Howling Mad lines are always 3 cells long and are always either strictly vertical or strictly horizontal. Additionally, lines cannot overlap each other. No set of digits appears on more than one line. For example, if one line contains 1, 2, and 4, no other line can contain all 3 of those digits. Given those rules, all lines are given. So if a set of digits appear like they would form a line, but don't, they violate an expressed rule. They are either longer than 3 cells, not strictly vertical or horizontal, or the set of digits already appear on another line, or placing a line over the digits would cause them to overlap with a line in the grid, or the digits are ordered in a way that prevents a line. There's dynamic fog, which clears when specific cells are populated by correct digits. And here come the following types of line that cannot replace a Howling Mad line that are relevant to this puzzle. So these, it's really weird. It's very, very negative, but there's a negative constraint on the negatives. So the types of line are Renban, consecutive non-repeating digits, so a 4, 6, 5 or something. Nabner, non-consecutive non-repeating digits like 1, 5, 8. None of the digits there can be consecutive to each other in a Nabner line. A parity line alternates between even and odd, like 3, 4, 7. An entropy line, every 3 digits has 1 from 1, 2, 3, 1 from 4, 5, 6, and 1 from 7, 8, 9. A modular line, every 3 digits has 1 from 1, 4, 7, 1 from 2, 5, 8, and 1 from 3, 6, 9. Split your keypad into horizontal and vertical segments for those two. A Dutch whisper, where adjacent digits differ by at least 4, or a region sum line where box borders divide the line into segments with the same sum. So there are 7 types of line that none of these Howling Mad lines can conform to. What's more, as we clear the fog, we will presumably find blank areas of the grid without lines in, where there's a negative constraint, and you couldn't possibly have a Howling Mad line that disobeyed all of those rules. I mean, that's just crazy times. I don't know. This might be a step too far. I'm gonna start it, and we'll see how we go. I'm literally terrified now. I'm thinking about what this means. I have no idea. We've got the fog clear in box 9, so let's start having a look there. Let's get cracking. So I've got, the trouble is, on my screen, these lines are spaced, so I can't keep them all. The rules are spaced, so I can't keep all the lines on the screen at the same time. So I'm going to remember that you can't have a Renban or a Nabner and just try and keep the others on the screen. Well, region sum's not relevant to these because I don't go outside the box. Okay, the V is either 1, 4 or 2, 3. Now that doesn't immediately create a line type that we mustn't violate. Okay, there is something else here in that that's 2 of the low digits in the box. There's got to be one of the low digits, 1, 2, 3, 4, on each of the 2 X's. And therefore these other digits must be from 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9. Okay, I can see that that's quite interesting. If this was a 1-4 pair, to avoid this being a Nabner line, this digit would have to be a 5. Yeah, and that's okay both by Entropy and Modular. It's okay by Dutch Whisper. You couldn't make it a Dutch Whisper line. Obviously, region sum's not relevant. You could make it okay for Parity by not having the odd one out, the 4 in the middle. It's going to come down to stuff like that. Oh, that's weird. Okay, so if this is a 1-4 pair, this digit has to be a 5. If it's a 2-3 pair, the trouble is, I think this can be, it can't be 1 or 4 or we'd have a Renban line, but it couldn't be 1 or 4 anyway because it's not blue. So if that's a 2-3 pair, this can be anything from 5, 6, 7, 8, or well, can it? It's Renban and Nabner that seem to be the most... No. If you've got 2 and 3, you've got 1 from each of 2 modular sets. You couldn't have it going with 1, 4 or 7. So 2, 3, 7 would be modular. Oh, and we worked out 1, 4 has to go with 5. I don't know. I don't think this is very helpful. I mean, how am I ever going to get started if I can't work out anything in box 9? I don't see what's wrong with 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 6, 2, 3, 8 or 2, 3, 9. Yes, it would depend how you lined them up. I mean, the Dutch Whisper thing would be prevented already by the V. But for the Parity thing, you'd have to sort out what went in the middle. Okay, maybe it's about the other 2 lines. So, okay, if this was 2, 3 something, then 1 appears on one of the other lines. And the digits it appears with must not form a Nabner. So they're going to have to be consecutive to each other. And they're going to have to allow there to be a pair of digits on the other line that are also consecutive. Well, okay, hang on a second. If this was a 2-3 pair, this would either be 4-6 and they would need one digit to be consecutive to one of those. Okay, this is going to take some thinking about. There's a certain amount of case testing that needs to be done. And we're only in the empty box, box 9. Gosh. Okay, actually, I'm going to go a bit further with 1-4 because we know that if it's 1-4, that digit is a 5 to avoid this being a Nabner. Then we've got 2-8 and 3-7 on those X's, and this pair would have to be 6-9. Now, to avoid a Nabner on this line, this would have to be 7 or 8. And this line would contain 2 and 3 and the other of 7 or 8. So that's possible, which is annoying. I was hoping it wouldn't be. But anyway, 2-3 here is going to go with some bigger number here. But 1 is going to have to turn up on one of these lines. And indeed, the X's are going to be 1-9 and 6-4. So if that was 1-9, this would have to be consecutive to either 1 or 9 to avoid the Nabner. It would be 8. I'm postulating that this is 2-3. That would be, and this is 1-9. That would be 8. This would be 2. 2-3, 1-9, 8, 2. No, it can't be 2. We've had 2. Sorry, these would be 1-9 and 4-6. So 2-3, 1-9, that doesn't work because 1-9 would go with 4 or 6 and create a Nabner. So if that's 2-3, this is 4-6, but then that's 1 or 9 and creates a Nabner. It just doesn't work for this to be 2-3 because you can't put an X pair here with one of the remaining X pair there without doing a Nabner. So it's 1-4 there. This digit has to be 5 to avoid the Nabner. Oh, how did that not clear fog? That's not fair. Oh, dynamic fog. I loathe you. Right, the 6 and the 9 don't go on these X's, they go here. And this line has to not be a Nabner by using 7 or 8 here. Now, that is going with 2 or 3 in this cell. Oh, this line we have to not do parity. That's right. I think what's going to happen in this set of 7 types of line that we have to avoid is 5 of them relate more to what digits can appear on the line. That is Nabner, well no, 4 of them relate to that. Nabner, Renban, Entropy and Modular. Oh, and I haven't thought about Modular for this yet. Oh, it's all right. Okay. Ah, it's great for this. Anyway, sorry, just to go back to my general thinking. Renban, Nabner, Entropy and Modular are going to determine which 3 digits can go on the line. And then Parity and Dutch Whisper are going to determine the order. And we're only going to get into region sum later. That's what I think. Anyway, what I've just worked out is that this, if that was an 8, this set of digits would be 2, 3, 7, and that would be a modular line. So that must be 7. This must be 3. I'll clear some fog. This is 2 and 8. But now, in all of these 3 cases, we have to avoid having the odd parity out in the middle. We've avoided it here already, because that is the only odd digit, and those 2 are even. Here we mustn't put even in the middle of the 2 odds. Oh my goodness. Here we mustn't put even again in the middle of the 2 odds. Please clear fog. It didn't. What? Oh, this has to avoid obeying Dutch Whisper. which it would obey if it was 382. Good grief. Oh, I'm going to enter an 8 in this cell in a moment, but I first will want to tidy up my colouring. Yes, we're okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I'm beginning to get a vague idea of how this puzzle works, and that's probably going to be the death knell. We've cleared one line, but this line can't have 7, 9 or 6 on it. It's got an X. That needs a high digit, which is 8. So these digits are 2 and 8. This digit is now not allowed to be 4, obviously not allowed to be 6, 9 or 7. It's not allowed to be 4 or 5 because that would create a Nabner. So this is 1 or 3. And that doesn't create modular or entropy. But it's odd. Oh no, that's no good. We're obviously not violating. Oh look, remember there was a rule. There was another rule that I'd managed to forget by now. That we can't have a repeat line. We can't have the same digits. We've had 3 to 8. So this can't be 3 to 8. That digit is a 1. Oh, how does that not clear fog? Oh, this is confusing. I can't. Oh, yes, okay. Obviously, Dutch Whisper would go 1, 8, 2. So this goes 1, 2, 8. There we go. Right. Well, before I get over here, where something interesting's happening, I've got a 3, 4, 5 set there. There's obviously not roping when you see vertical lines because you'd get repeats. But 2 and 8 appear up there. If I knew there were vertical lines under the fog here, I would know, well, there can't be one there because of the 3, 4, 5. It would be a Renban. Oh, it's weird, this puzzle. Right, 4 and 5 are in that group of cells. 3 is over here. 1 is in that group. Okay, I can't do anything else. So I'm going to have to look at these. And these are all the center. We're told all the lines are 3 cells long. So these are 3 3-cell lines completely filling box 7. My goodness me, what on earth are we to make of this? Which one is best to start with? There's no V's or X's here. So I don't know. Right, let's look at this one because I've just thought it can't be 1, 2, 8. I mean, that might be the most irrelevant thought possible. Do you know what? This line can't possibly be a Renban, given that 3, 4 and 7 have gone. We're only playing with the digits 1, 2, 5, 6, 8, 9. Now, we can't have 1 from each set of those pairs of digits because we'd have a Nabner. So we must have 1 consecutive pair on the line. I don't think I picked the right one to look at. Yes, I know this line can't be 1, 2, 8, but that really is not significant information. Okay, I'm going to look at this line instead because 1, 2 and 9 are gone in this row. Now, this can't be a Renban. So it's not 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, or 6, 7, 8. That does at least rule out some of the possibilities. But does it? Okay. So I'm going to picture the numbers 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on my number pad. And say, oh right, if there was a 3 in this group, then I wouldn't be allowed 1 from the middle entropy class, 4, 5, 6, and 1 from the other entropy class, 7, 8. Now, could I have 3, 7, 8? Which, no, I couldn't, because that would be 1 from each modular class. Therefore, I've just worked out that if there's a 3 on this line, I can't have one from each entropy class, so I've got to have both from the same entropy class. And they can't both be from high digits because 3, 7, 8 would be modular. I can't have 3, 4, 5 because it's both Nabner and modular. So if 3 was on this line, it would be with 6 and 4 or 5. Now, what use is that to me? If 3 was on this line, it would be with 6 and 4 or 5. I mean, these would then be, it doesn't really matter. There's not necessarily a line here. 8 would have to be up here. So let's think about that. 8 would be up here. And we would have to have either 2 digits from the same entropy or 9 and something else. If this was 3, 6, 4, this could be, it couldn't be 8, 9, 3. 8, 9, 1 would be modular. It would have to be 8, 9, 2 if 9 was in it. 3, 6, 4, 8, 9, 2. But no, 5 would have to be here as well. If this was 3, 6, 4, this would have 5 and 8. Wouldn't be allowed a low digit. 6 or 4 have gone. It wouldn't be allowed 7. It would have to be 5, 8, 9, 3, 6, 4, 1, 2, 7. I can't say that's wrong. Oh, that's annoying. I was really hoping to find something that just wouldn't work. And if it was, well, let's just have a quick think. If it was 3, 6, 5, this would have 4 and 7. And would have to go with 9. Oh, well, that wouldn't work, interestingly. Right, if this was 3, 6, 5, 4 and 7 would be here. And to avoid being entropic or having 8, they would have to have 9. And then that would be 1, 2, 8, which would be the same as that. Okay, well, that's something. This can't be 3, 6, 5. So if 3 is on the line, it's 3, 6, 4. And that is possible. Now, if 3 is not on the line, then we're selecting, well, then 3 is on this line instead. Now, if 3 is on this line, which can't have 5, 8 or 6 on it, I don't know. I'm going to write down the possibility that if that is 3, 5, 6, it's this one that has 4 and 7 on it, and it has to be 9. No, that's no good. That is no good. 4, 7, 9 is Nabner. Oh, no, it wasn't that. It was 4, 7... Oh, hang on. Oh, I've got it wrong, haven't I? 3, 5, 6 didn't work. It was 3, 4, 6 that did work. And it's not this one. This one would have to have 5 and 8 on, and then 9. And this would be 1, 2, 7. That was how it could work. 3, 4, 6, 1, 2, 7, 5, 8, 9. Okay. And there's no repeat lines or anything. Yeah, all right. That's one possibility. Now, the other possibility is that 3 is on this line. If it's not on that line, and we've worked out the only possibility where it is, it's on this line. with, well, with what? 5863 would have gone. If it was with 2, it would have to be 239. This would have to have 4 and 7 on. Along with 5 or 8, I think. 239, 475 or 478. This would be 16. Oh. I don't think it works. Right. If 3 is on this line with 2, this has to be 239 so that we don't have a modular line. So if 3 is on this line with 2, it has to be 239. I'm just going to show this doesn't work. 4 and 7 have to be on this line, and that means not with 1, because that would be entropic. Not with 6, because that would leave this being 158, which is both entropic and Nabner. 478 and 156, that's the alternative, and that would leave 156 being modular. So that 239 thing doesn't work. So if 3 was here, it wouldn't be with 2. So 3 would be here, 2 would be up here. That would have 2. This is so difficult. This is so difficult. 437, we're postulating 2 here. But we mustn't have a Nabner. So we've either got we've either got the 1 up here. 1, 2, they would have to go with 5 or 8 to avoid being modular. So that would be 125 or 128. This would be 3. Wow, this is interesting, because to get 2 from the same entropic set, once that was 1, 2, you must have 2 from the same entropic set. There'd have to be 7, 9 with that 3. And this would be 4, 6, and it wouldn't be allowed to be 4, 5, 6 for being Renban, and it wouldn't be allowed to be 4, 6, 8 for being Nabner. And that has just exploded all the other possibilities of 3 being in the bottom line. And I mean, that is wildly complex, Murdoch. Howling mad, one might say. But it leaves these as the only possibilities, I believe. So those must be the lines. Then I can fill in, well, I'm going to come back and do these middle cells based on avoiding parity and trying not to forget Dutch whisper this time. So the middle one can't be the odd one out in parity terms. So it can't be 8 there. It can't be 3 here. And it can't be 2 there. And then in Dutch whisper terms, it can't be 7 here, because that would be flanked by 1 and 2, and that would be Dutch whisper compliant. So that would have to be a 1. Oh yes, it clears fog. That might be the only one where we can determine that. Yeah, 5, 8, 9, 3, 4, 6 don't break Dutch whisper rules. That's the only one that I could do. Goodness me. Now, we've got a new line. We've got a new line. I don't think I can do much more with these ones, but then I didn't think I could get this far, if I'm honest. Right, we're going up to this one now. There's an X that is not 4, 6 because of that cell. It would break it. And it's not 1, 9 because of this one. So it's either 2, 8 or 3, 7. Now, we have to have this line not be Nabner. So this digit can never be 5, because 375 or 285 would both be Nabner lines. They'd also both be entropic. We have to have something consecutive with something on the line. We have to not repeat a line, and we've had 3, 2, 8. Okay, let's imagine this is a 2, 8 pair. What are we not allowed here? We're not allowed 4, 5, 6 for being entropic. We're not allowed 3 for being a repeat. We're not allowed 1 because it's already in the column. If that was 2 or 8, 2 and 8, this digit would be 7 or 9. And that would be legal. If this was 3, 7, again, we're not allowed 4, 5, 6 because it would be entropic. We're now not allowed 2, 5, 8 for being modular. This digit would have to be 1 or 9, and it couldn't be 1. So if this is 379 is Nabner. So that has to be a 2, 8 pair. And 7 or 9 here doesn't break the Nabner, but I was going to say we mustn't have the odd one out in the middle. We mustn't have the Dutch whisper low digit in the middle. So we're going to have 8 in the middle. If I was to put 2 in the middle here, whether that's 7 or 9, that being 8, we would have a genuine Dutch whisper. So that's 8, that's 2, clear some fog. Yes. Oh, this is crazy. Now I was about to start putting in the candidates here and then working as though this was a Howling Mad line. But, annoyingly, I've just realised we don't know that. All we know is that this is a Howling Mad line. This is literally doing my head in. We still, by the way, haven't got to any part of the grid where the negative constraint is going to do something. That's a horrible, horrible, horrible thought. Okay. Gird your loins. Let's have a look at this X. This whole line. What does it mean? Hang on, I just want to have a think about this first. Can I not? I mean, the very fact that putting the 2 and the 8 in cleared this fog and I didn't need to do that suggests that we literally have to go to this line next. I mean, I'm so reluctant to think about this. Oh, I'll tell you what. 3 is in one of those cells because it's not a candidate anywhere else on the line. And at least that tells me this X is not a 3-7 pair. That's the least I needed. Well, if it was a 4-6 pair, things are a bit constrained. This digit couldn't be 1, 2, 8 or 9 because of Nabner. It couldn't be 5 because of Renban or Modular. It would have, if that's 4-6, this isn't allowed to be 3 by Sudoku. It would have to be a 7. Then we'd get a 2 and a 3 down here. If that was 4-6, this would have to be a 7. Ah, that doesn't work for a Sudoku reason. Because then 4, 6, 7 there, given the other digits these 3 cells see, they would be 3, 5, 9, and that would break this cell. Right, so this is not 4, 6, 7, so that is not a 4, 6X. It's either 1, 9 or 2, 8, and they only fall in 2 patterns because of the 1 and the 2 over this side of the grid. Now, okay, let's think about these then. If this is 1, 9, this is not allowed to be 2, 5, 8 by modularity. It's not allowed to be 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 by Nabner. So this is not 1, 9, this is an 8, 2. Perfect. Now, this digit is not allowed to be 4, 5 or 6 by entropy. We've also got repeats to worry about. It's not 3 by Sudoku, and that would be a repeat. It's not 1 by repeats. So it's not 1, 3, 4, 5 or 6, it's 7 or 9, and it's the other digit to that, because they have to be different from each other or else we'd have a repeat line. So all of these other digits that see both lines can't have 7 or 9 in because they see them both. So there we are selecting from 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now in this column we're not allowed to have 1. Oh, it's not a line though. I have to keep trying to remember that. This is not a line. Or it might not be a line. I mean, it might turn out under the fog it is a line. Anyway, this is not an 8. That's a 5, 9 pair. This is an 8. Oh, goodness. Are we not going to get anything else out of this? Oh, yes. 2 is looking at the corner. 7 and 2. Clear some fog? No. That 7 is looking at this cell, that's a 9. That makes this one a 7 to avoid the repeats. How did that not clear fog? Why do I think this has to be 9? Because 9 in the column, yeah, 9 can't be there. This is 9, that's 5. There's the fog clearance. Something happened. And all that happened is, well, no, we obviously know this is a 3-cell Nabner line without a 5 on it. Now, it cannot be 136 or 146. Sorry, this is a Howling Mad line. I might have just said it's a Nabner line. Nabner is what is going to tell us that it's not 136 or 146. What does that mean? It's not 136 or 146, so it doesn't have both 1 and 6 on. So it does have both 3 and 4 on. And now this digit has to be a 6. I mean, this puzzle is absolutely head-wrecking, but at least we're getting somewhere correct in it now. Now, I can take 6 out of those cells. They're a 1, 3, 4 set. This is 5, 6, 9, and another Nabner line has appeared. Obviously, 5, 6, 9 is a legal line. Luckily, I don't even have to think about that for once. But I'm going to have to think about all these 3 lines and this one. It's so depressing. That can't be 8. This can't be 2. It's not depressing. It's quite innovating, but it's such a weird puzzle. It's terrifying. Okay, 1, 3, 4. Let's not forget the not Dutch Whisper necessarily, but parity. This can't be the odd parity out, so it can't be the 4. This can't be the odd parity out, so it can't be the 6. 5, 6, 9, 1, 3, 4. They are not Dutch Whisper threats, so I can't really say anything about that. I can note that 2's in one of those cells, 8's in one of these. A little bit of preparation but for Sudoku can't go amiss in this puzzle. Certainly not wasted time. Right, I'm going to have to think about these 3 lines. I don't know what to think about. I'm going to have to go through this whole rigmarole all over again. It's dreadful. It's dreadful to contemplate how hard it is to think about all the various possibilities. Oh, hang on a second. 5 and 4 are in those cells. Here we're selecting from 1, 6, 7, 9. That is a bit more limited than I'd realised. Here from 2, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is about as limited as I thought we were talking about. That can't be 7 by this 7. Is this the most limited line? Because one of the cells has only 3 possibilities. Or is it this one? I haven't really thought about this line at all. Again, there's no X or V to guide us. Oh my goodness me. I've suddenly had a horrific notion that maybe there's somewhere under the fog where we're meant to be able to work out that it can't be a Howling Mad line and it can't be an empty space. Like up here, there either is a line or there isn't a line. And there is a rule that every line that can be drawn must be drawn. Oh, I don't want to contemplate that nonsense. Oh my goodness, what a horrific notion. And we haven't got anywhere near thinking, I don't know why these are still blue. We haven't got anywhere near thinking about region sum yet. Oh, ugh. Scary. Right, I keep putting off thinking about these lines, but I have to do it. Okay, let's assume this was a 1, because it would make this a 3, and then that couldn't be a 3. So we'd have either 1 with 4 or 5 here. Well, we'd have 1 with 4 or 5 here. And then this couldn't be high because of entropy. So 1 would be there with 4 or 5 here and 2 or 6 here. 1, 4, 6 would be Nabner. Ooh, 1, 4, 2 would flout parity, because the positions would be kind of determined. Right, so if this was a 1, I don't think this could be a 3 because of that cell, or a 4, because then this cell would either flout parity or entropy, which is extraordinary, but it's true. So if that was a 1, this would have to be a 5. Then we would know this digit was a 9 over here. And that one was a 3. 1, 5. This couldn't be 7 by Nabner. If that was a 1, this is 5, and this is 2 or 6. 6 would be modular, so it would have to be a 2. So if that was a 1, why did I start thinking about this being a 1? I don't know, because 1 has 3 places. Never mind. If this was a 1, this would be 2, 1, 5. This would be 3, 8, 9. And this would be 4, 6, 7. Is that illegal? No. 4, 6, 7 is annoyingly legal. And I don't think we've had it before. I can't see it immediately as a line somewhere else. Oh, maybe we've had, what was I suggesting this line would be? 1, 2, 5, wasn't I? 1, 5, 2. 2, 1, 5. Have we had that anywhere? No. Okay, well, it seems possible that this line is 2, 1, 5. And this one is 4, 6, 7. Okay, let's think about this line being a 1. Again, this couldn't be 4 next to it, because this would either be parity breaking with 2, 6 or 8, or Nabner breaking with a 9. So this, even if this was 1, it would be next to 3 or 5. Now, it's not impossible for it to be 3, but we've got the whole Nabner issue. 1, 3, anything but 2 would be Nabner, and 2 itself would be Renban. So it would have to be 1, 5, again, just as this would have to be 1, 5. And the 1, 5 would have to go with something that wasn't Nabner, so 2 or 6, but not 6 because it would be modular. So again, it would be 2, 1, 5. So if the 1 is here, this is 2, 1, 5. If the 1 is here, this is 2, 1, 5. Now let's try this one. Okay, how are we avoiding Nabner at all if the 1 is there? We're going to have a pair of consecutive. That's going to have to go 6, 1, 5. And that is modular, and that is not possible. So this one cannot have the 1. The 1 was a very good digit to think about. Whichever one does have the 1 is a 2, 1, 5 line. I'm going to write that down here. This is just aide memoire, because I know one of these lines is 2, 1, 5. And I want to just keep that in mind, because that is so interesting. Right, if it's here, this is 215, this is 467. Now, actually, I think that is likely to be right because it works. What if this was 215? Let's think about that. The 2 in the central box would be on this line. If this was 215, there'd be a 2 on this line. To have a digit from the same entropy class, it would have to be a 3. Oh, since 215's in one of those places, this must be 3 or 4. I don't know. I don't know what to think about here, but let's think about this line and avoiding it being Nabner. To avoid being Nabner, these two specifically have to be consecutive on this line. I don't know what that does. Oh, repeats? Is repeats interesting? Probably not. No, it doesn't seem very interesting at the moment. No, I don't know what that means. So, okay, let's think about 215 being here, with 467 here, 983 here. 215, 983, 467. What are they going to do? 7 is now going to be pushed onto this line, where it has to be consecutive with something. So 9's off this line, and 9's onto this line. All of these lines need a consecutive pair. It's quite, the 215 is obviously going to get a 2-1 pair. This one is going to either use 6, 7, 7, 8 or 8, 9. This one is going to have, well, whichever one isn't 215, is going to have a 3 or a 4 that can't connect because we can't have the 2 on it. So I'm almost getting to the point where all of the consecutive pairs have to be in these cells. They do, because on the 215 line, 3 doesn't connect to 2. No. On one of these lines, you could have a 5 next to a 6. Oh, bother. It's so intriguing that there always has to be one consecutive pair and not 2. That's really weird. So 215 is one of these lines. And the one that has a 3 in, that must have a consecutive pair next to it. 215, say that was a 3. If it was down here, this would have to be an 8-9 pair. And then this line would be 4-7-6. So we'd have a 3-8-9 pair, just checking for repeats. And a 4-7-6. That would be, do you know why that would be no good? Because if we said 2-1-5 here, we'd have 4-7-6 here. So we couldn't have 4-7-6 here. That would be a repeat. So if this was 2-1-5 with 4-7-6 here, the 7 that is up here, well, what I'm saying, I think, is that the 3 couldn't go down here, or you end up with 4-7-6 here. So if that's 2-1-5, this is 3 in the corner, and that's 4 with an 8-9 pair beside it. And then you've got a 3-6-7 up here. Is 367 legal? No, it's entropic. So, if this was the 215 line, if you put the 3 down here, this ends up being the same, a repeat of that. And if you put the 3 up here, that has to be 4, 8, 9 to get a consecutive pair. And this would end up being 367, which is entropic. That's no good. So this cannot be the 215 line. My goodness, Murdoch, you are crazy. Howling mad, one might say. This must be the 215 line. I think I've proved that. You can tell me if I've got this proof wrong. I mean, I might have. Now, that's not the 5. That's not the 1 now. Now there's definitely a 2 on this line. We're also not allowed to repeat 215 specifically. Okay, let's consider these two again. The 3 or 4 is not going to contribute to a consecutive pair. So one of these is an 8-9 pair and one is a 6-7 pair, and the 8 tells us which way round that happens. That's got to be right. This has to be the 6-7 pair. That's the 9-8 pair. We know the order from down below. Now that doesn't tell us which one is 3 or 4. Or, well, or does it? Is there a repeat situation? We've had 985 and 982, so we don't have one here. 6-7, we haven't only had together with a 9 so far. Bother. Okay, but... oh, 8, 9, this can't be 4, or parity's a problem. So that's 3 in the corner, proving its position, I hope. Now, 4 there means that we can't put 7 in the middle of this line because of parity. Oh, we're clearing fog. This is fantastic. That can't be a 2-3 XV, 2-3V because of those. So it's a 1-4 and we know the order. That's the easiest thing I've got to do. This digit's a 7 by Sudoku. That's a 4, that's a 1. That's now a 4. Oh, we found another line. Well, I know what's on it. In fact, I can just fill them in. That's quite annoying. Oh, the fog's almost all gone. Oh, the excitement. 369 here. Ah, we've got a line that could be region sum, but of course it's not allowed to be. Anyway, let's look at this one. 7648. This is from 1, 2, 3, 5, 9. Now, if we had a 5 in that, you couldn't have a 9 in it, or you would be, oh, well, it would break that. I don't know what the problems here are. No, hang on. If you, we know that there is 2 in it. I was going to use Nabner to prove there was a 2 in it, but we know that already. Oh, good grief. What do we do next? That digit can't be 5. Let's just do Sudoku. That one can't be 9. Ah, okay. Let's have a look at this one. 9148. So this time we've got 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 available. Now, something must be ruled out by repetition. Apparently not. I'm looking at all the other lines. None of them are made up out of 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Well, that one might be in due course, but it's not yet. Okay, so repetition doesn't do anything. What about 2, 3, 5, 6, 7? Ah, 7. Oh, no. I was going to say, this can't be a 2-7 pair, because 2-7-3 would be modular and 2-7-6 would be entropic. So that's quite interesting. If this can't be a 2-7 pair, this digit must be 2 or 7 in this row. If this was from 3, 5, 6, that would be a triple. That's weird, but anyway, there we go. This is 2 or 7. 7 is in one of these cells. That's just Sudoku at this stage, and they're not both here. So 2 or 7 is sitting here. If 7 was on this line, the other two digits wouldn't be allowed to be 2, well, they wouldn't be allowed to, they're from 2, 3, 5, 6, but they wouldn't be allowed to form a modular or entropic set. So there'd have to be a vertical or horizontal pair from my keypad. 7, 2, 3 would break that cell, as would 7, 2 anything else. So they'd have to have a 6, 7, 6. They wouldn't be allowed to be 7, 6, 5 for Renban. So they'd have, if 7 is on this line, it has to be 3, 6, 7. If 7 is not on the line, then 2 is on the line. Oh, I don't know. Let's do Sudoku. That can't be 1. Oh, goodness, I got completely stuck there in the end. Oh, that can't be 9. Right, now, maybe there's some just ordinary parity or Dutch whisper thing. Yeah, this digit can't be 9, or this line would definitely obey Dutch whisper. That's just weird. I hate suddenly spotting that when it's been so available. This mustn't obey Dutch whisper too. If that digit was, I don't know, it also mustn't obey parity. Oh, we're probably getting into the point of the puzzle where I am actually going to have to try and figure out the negative constraint and what it actually means in this puzzle, which just feels almost beyond human comprehension. Oh, goodness. One of the things I was wondering about was, yeah, it's interesting. One of the things I was wondering about earlier was, how would we know when a line would have to be a Howling Mad line when we haven't identified all the lines in the puzzle? Luckily, that's irrelevant at the moment because we know where all the lines in the puzzle are. Oh, this isn't allowed to be region sum. I haven't thought about that. I don't think it can be actually at the moment, so not a problem. Let's give a bit more thought to this thing. That's 2 or 7, and one of them is on this line. If it was a 7, we have to have 6 on the line. With 3. So this line can be 3, 6, 7. Is that illegal? Have we had that suddenly somewhere? No, we haven't. No, 3, 6, 7's bloomin' entropic. Right, I don't think 7 can be on this line because the other two digits, which are selected from 2, 3, 5, 6, would have to be either in the same... Oh, well, they'd have to somehow both be in the same entropy and the same modularity, and they can't. It's that simple and logical. It's so hard to see. But 7 can't be on this line, or it will break one of the rules. So that must be a 7. That's so weird. Right. Well, this is a breakthrough. Now, I thought I knew what this line was going to have to be. This must falsify something. So 2, 3, 5, and 6 we're selecting from. And we've definitely got 2. I don't know. None of them break Nabner. None of them break Renban. Oh, parity? Dutch Whisper? No. Oh, goodness. Does that mean I still don't know? I just know there's a 2 in one of those cells. And this is a 7. Is that really all I got out of this? Okay, there's a 7 in one of those 2 cells. Let's just do the needful. There's an 8 in one of those. 714. See, now to be a legal set of 3 here, being a repeat would be a good thing. Being a repeat of another pink line. I just don't want to have to think about the white spaces. So do I know that I mean, it's worth thinking about. But 317, 517 would both break Nabner rules, so they're okay. And 617 would break region sum line rules, so it's okay. I mean, that's crazy. All that means is I can't take any of those cells out from thinking about this threesome. What about this one then? If we haven't had 3, 5, 6 anywhere, yeah, maybe I do get to think about the central digit. Maybe I have to make this parity alternating. Otherwise, 3, 5, 6 would be a genuine Howling Mad line. It wouldn't be Renban. It wouldn't be Nabner. It wouldn't be Entropy. It wouldn't be Modular. It couldn't be Dutch Whisper. It wouldn't be anything to do with region sum. It's not a repeat anywhere. It wouldn't overlap anything. I can't see another but yeah, this can't be a 3, 5, 6 line because it's got a 2 on it. That can't be one because it doesn't have a 6 on it. None of the others are 3, 5, 6 lines. Right, if this central digit wasn't the odd one out, 3, 5, 6 would have to have a line. I'm just going to recheck the rules. Given those rules, all lines are given. So now I go the other way round and I have to put the odd one out parity-wise in the middle, which is 6, because then that's the only reason. If I didn't put 6 in the middle, this group of cells would have to have a line on it. Is that right? Are you with me on this? I think it is. I'm going for it. I think that's right. This is a 6. So now I know that's a 3 and that's a 5. Now I know this line is made up of 2, 3, 6. And now I'm not allowed to put the odd one out in the middle on this Howling Mad line. And the odd one out would be a 3. So that's not a 3 in the middle. That's 2 or 6. This is not a 6 by Sudoku now. These are 3, 5 or 9 by Sudoku. Well, I was able to use the negative constraint to my amazement there. Now, can I use it somewhere else? Ah! That can't be a 3. 2, 3, 7, 4, 5, 1. These are from 6, 8, 9. Maybe I keep focusing on 3, 5, 6 and going, that would be a genuine line, like here or here. You could theoretically make it 3, 5, 6. No, I don't know. That seems crazy. This digit sees 289314. This one sees 72514. Three, 4, 9. No, that would be entropic. 5, 7, 8. Ooh. Would that be a repeat? No. I can't see a 5, 7, 8 line anywhere in this puzzle. Not even a potential one. So 5, 7, 8. It's not Nabner, it's not Parity, it's not Entropy, it's not Modular. It couldn't ever be Dutch Whisper. It's nothing to do with region sum. Therefore, we do get to put the odd digit out in the middle, and this time that's an 8. I mean, I really think this logic is right. If I'm wrong, you're going to have to write and explain why in the comments. Because it feels right to me. That 8 stops this being an 8. Oh, goodness gracious. Now, 1, 2, 6, that's already entropy. I looked at that a moment ago. 3, 4, 9 is... Sorry, that's... No, I didn't. I looked at this. That was entropic. This is modular. I can really only do this where I know what the 3 digits are, not where I don't. That's already Nabner. And actually entropic. Oh, goodness. Okay, these are all from 2639. That's a quad. Isn't that right? Yeah, 5 and 7 only have 1 place each in the column. Woohoo, that's good news. Now, that 5 sorts out this cell. That 6 says this isn't a 6. That's now a 3-9 pair, and this can't be 3. And that's now a 2-6 pair, and this is 3. Do you know, I spent 10 seconds there thinking, oh, what if we had a repeat on this line? Is that broken by any of the rules? Or, does that call into question my whole theory? And then I suddenly realized that on a straight line, you can't have a repeat for Sudoku rules. That's how much my brain has got fried by this experience. Now, things are going okay. Let's remove the corner marks. This central column was really, really a big deal. Now, it was this line I was going to think about. Oh, that 5 in the middle. Oh, bother. Well, since I got the 9, I can take those out. Right. The 5 can't... We know there's a 2 around it for the Nabner. That's been there for ages, right? Any repeats? I haven't really... Yes, we can't have 5, 2, 1. Oh my goodness, so this must be 5, 2, 3. And that's a 1. And that's going to clear some fog. Oh, look, there's a V hiding away there. You beast. No wonder there was fog left. That's a 9. That's a 3. I don't want to have to do anything complicated anymore in this. My brain is toast. That's an 8-4 pair. This is a 6-1 pair. Why is none of this getting done by Sudoku? Because I'm still going to have to do it. Now, this line, what has this broken? It doesn't break entropy or modular. What I'm thinking is, can I parity it? It doesn't break region sum, which seems to have been a complete red herring so far. It doesn't break Renban or Nabner, so I can do parity here. I have to make this disobey parity. Oh, it already does. Oh, bother. With the 2-6 pair there, so I can't do anything with that. Oh no, I'm going to have to find some other line. Oh, lordy. Right. How about here? 1, 4, 2. That was mentioned in the preamble example. If that was 1, 4, 2, what rule does that break? Not parity. Not repetition, because we haven't had a 1, 2, 4 anywhere. Pretty sure. Just rechecking, that's okay. Not region sum. Not Renban, not Nabner. Not entropy, not modular, not Dutch whisper. I think this can't be 1, 4, 2, or everything would all be broken. Or no, it would get a line. It would get a line. That's my point. I'm going with that. This is a 6. That's a 2. Now, this 6 might unwind all the pairs in columns 4 and 6. if I'm a lucky boy. That's a 1, that's a 2, that's a 3, that's a 2. It doesn't. I'm left with one more deadly pattern still to resolve. Good grief. This puzzle is determined to break me. Now, I have to look at some sequence that has a consecutive pair in it. So 8, 7, 3. Doesn't look like a repeat. 8, 7, 3. No. That's modular. Well, it's got to be a sequence involving one of these digits, I feel. Got to be, somehow. Oh, how about Dutch Whisper? 8, 4, 9, that can be Dutch. No, I think I'm talking madness now. No, I have to find a plausible sequence that has a repeat digit. 154 has gone here. 274 doesn't have a repeat. 278 would have a repeat. I must have done 278 somewhere. I have. No repeat there. No repeat there. Sorry, no consecutive there. No consecutive there. No consecutive there. 738. Was this what I was just talking about? It would obey Dutch Whisper, so it's irrelevant. 873. Well, different problem, but I think I've just investigated this. And there was some, yeah, it's 873 is modular. That can't go vertical. These horizontals, I've basically looked at them before, I think. So I'm going to have to look outside these boxes, and that means between box 5 and box 4. And that means involving this digit. So this 378, again, I just can't, it is modular. 379 is Nabner. So it's almost got to be this one. 794 would be Nabner. So can I say that this is not allowed to be 784? That wouldn't be Nabner or Renban. It wouldn't be Entropy or Modular. It wouldn't have a Dutch Whisper problem in this order or a Parity problem. Region sum is not involved. So that's it. This sequence here can't be 784. I mean, I don't think there's a 478 line already in existence in the puzzle. Yeah, just reconfirm that for about the third time. This has to be a 9, and that's going to let us finish off. But my goodness, this is absolutely insane. Please be right. Yes, I love it when a plan comes together, says Howling Mad Murdoch. And that is mad. That is absolutely mad. 30 people have solved that. My hat is off to them. Method to the madness. That, it's almost pain in the brain at the end of that. It really is utterly devious. I will leave it to Murdoch to have established. No, I don't have to leave it to Murdoch to have established that the grid can't have another line. I think we've bloomin' proved it. Wow. Incredible, incredible. What a puzzle. I don't want to take on another like that for a while, I'll tell you. Thank you for watching. So much fun to have you with us on this journey. Wow. You know, you get to see literally a brain on the edge of its sanity. And eventually it topples back into place, thank goodness. Well done, Murdoch. Brilliant. And we'll see you again soon on the channel. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.